Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 485 for comics originally releasing on November the 28th, 2018, the last week in November. Drew, December is just around the corner. But before Drew and myself get into what's... Wait, what?
Oi.
Oi. I just said wait. You said oi. Yeah, no kidding. It's crazy. But before Drew and myself get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, Drew, we've been challenging our listeners to leave some 5-star ratings and reviews. We've been really wanting them to leave quite a few for the end of the year, and we have put up some comics as rewards if we hit our numbers. And man, you guys have come out and really supported us, and we really appreciate that. We got 2 more coming in this week, Drew. We've got one from Max 2024. Who says that we are his favorite podcast. And he says, really enjoy listening to your podcast and having the pleasure of working with Eric at Cowabunga. Love the FOC list, and knowing I can get the books I want at a reasonable price is just awesome. Go ahead.
Did he say working with Eric?
Yeah.
Or
I'm not sure if it's
working with as a customer?
Yeah, who knows? It doesn't delve into that exactly.
Oh, okay.
Although Drew's picks are usually incorrect, it still lets me know that the book's not to buy.
What?
Just joking. Keep up the good work and look forward to listening to you guys in the future.
All right, I'll take it.
Very nice.
Who's that?
And
That's Max?
Yep.
Max. All right.
And we've got KButcher84 who says, this is exactly what I want from a comic books podcast. And he said, this is an awesome podcast and a must listen every week. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. And of course, if you guys want to leave us a 5-star review and some kind words on iTunes, we'd really appreciate it. And we got a whole stack of things that we are all set to give away by the end of the year. Have we reached our goal yet, Drew? Not quite.
We're pretty close. We're like at 8, 9. We just need to get to 10.
There we go. So we got a few more weeks left. So we appreciate those that have, and we hope we can hit that and give away some free stuff.
Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it if we have to make fake accounts. We're gonna make it happen. Doggone it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, thank you to Max and what was the other name?
K Butcher.
And K Butcher, we appreciate that. And if you just want to ask questions, let us know something that's going on. You can go to our website, comicsfunprofit.com, and find all our links. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. Find us on Instagram at comicsfunprofit. And you can send us an email, comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com, and email us something. That's awesome. We get some of those every week, and we appreciate it. Patrick says there's a trademark infringement for Dead Rabbit comic.
Ooh.
And speculators are going mad. So Image Comics has canceled and ordered a mandatory recall of Dead Rabbit number 1 and Dead Rabbit number 2. Dead Rabbit it's the one from Jerry Duggan. And Diamond sent out the notification to all retailers to pull the books and send them back. So that's going to, I guess, Image is getting sued over the title because there's a Dead Rabbit restaurant somewhere that owns the rights. And I don't know what the deal is and why it's such a big deal, but if it's going to go away, that means we're going to get the profits from that. I'm trying to think how many of those I have. I'm going to have to dig those up.
Yeah.
Regular copies selling for $15. Sets going for $27 on eBay. So that must be A and B covers.
There's a 1 in 10.
Oh, there's 1 in 10.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Signed copies go for $25. There's a variant going for up to $60. So that's the one that's going for. That's the 1 in 10. Yeah. We'll have to dig into that though. So if you've got some Dead Rabbit from Image and Jerry Duggan, dust that bad boy off and sell.
There you go. Absolutely. Get it now while everybody's talking about it.
Yes, indeed. Raggedy Joe asks, what am I missing? Why is Rag so much? The name is Raggedy Joe. You should know. Why is Rag so much? I don't get it. It was a really good read, but Antarctic Press, but pre-Antarctica Press copies are going for crazy prices on eBay. Yeah, I think the deal is pretty cool.
Sexy lady, tiny print run.
Sexy lady, pretty good read. Less than 1,000 copies, right? Like 700-800.
Yeah, that was nothing. Yeah, very few.
So that breeds scarcity, and that's what we like. We like that stuff. We like to have predicted it and capitalized on it even more, but we also like when it happens. It's cool. For this Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. One of our picks, Conspiracy #1, the Illuminati, cover B is selling very well.
Nice.
It's up to $25. It started off as a $4.99 book, I think. So I don't know that we made that a pick, but I know we talked about it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was one of the ones that we talked about. It's looking pretty cool and something we might be interested. At least one of us did. I can't remember who it was. According to the review, it obviously wasn't me. It must have been Kyle. It definitely must have been Kyle who did that. Let's see what else we got going on. Well, this is probably your last bite at the apple for the spec bundle. I'll have to get those final drop dead dates. They may appear on the FOCs later, but I don't know if they'll be in bundle form. So our bundles will be available. There's a 3-book 1 in 10 variant bundle that's normally $45, but with the Comics for Fun and Profit pre-order price of $25, you can get Conan the Barbarian #1, Cassaday variant, Guardians of the Galaxy #1, Scroachy variant, and Captain America #1, Psy variant for $25, normally $45. That's the Drew bargain 1 in 10 bundle. Then the Kyle's high dollar 1 in 25 bundle. If you're a higher roller, normally $150, but the Comics for Fun and Profit pre-order price is only $85, and you can get the Conan and the Barbarian Zafino variant, the Guardians of the Galaxy Perel variant, the Black Widow #1 Andolfo variant, and the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 Artist variant. Probably your last chance to do that this weekend. Through Cowabunga Comics. You should know, if you're a regular listener, how to do that by now. But if you're not, there will be a link in the show notes to get in contact with them via Eric's email, which is ERIC@Cowabunga Comics. Cowabunga is with a K. Cowabungacomics.com. This is the best way to reach them and say, hey, I want that bundle. You can also get on the FOC mailing list. And we have a new FOC Light 1 publisher this week.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it, Kyle.
Drew, it appears that Marvel is not involved in our FOC this week. We're not sure if they doubled up last week and decided to just kind of take the holiday week off. I'm not real sure, but there are no Marvel books available for FOC this week. So we hope you are up to date on everything you got in the ways of Marvel.
Yes.
But for all the other publishers, of course, Drew and myself like to rifle through the FOC to see either the things that we missed when previews came out, or just something that we're maybe a little hotter on now than we were last month. This is, of course, your last chance to order these books. Have them come on the day that they release in your pull box and ready to go without having to, pray to the reorder gods or hope for second printings or go on eBay and pray to that secondary market. So we just like to go through this, see if anything else piques our interest here a little bit, or just try to give you a little advice on, hey, this came out and was hot, don't forget the second one, kind of thing. So Drew, our friends at Cowabunga curate us this wonderful and lovely FOC list, and of course Eric likes to feature a few things that are being bantied around or talked about, not necessarily for spec ideals, but he just throws a few things over there. I think specifically for me, we have Nightwing 55, the cover B, the Tyler Kirkham variant, because I've been talking about the need for better cover Vs, and by golly, we're getting there.
That's not a bad one. I like it.
Not too shabby. We're not quite to the pew trees yet, but that's pretty darn good. We also have Hardcore #1 from Image, a #1 from Andy Diggle on that one. A cool little cover there. We have Klaus and Crying Snowman #1. Grant Mortensen on the right, and I love Dan Mora's art on these Klaus books. You cannot beat that. An $8 book, but, if you order through Cowabunga, they can hook you up. And we have Tank Girl Action Alley #1, and we have the cover A Parsons cover. That just a few things that our boy Eric is featuring on our FOC list here.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even look twice at that Tank Girl, so that was interesting. Interesting book. So, do you remember Tank Girl at all? That was like a Dynamite book at one point, wasn't it? Or
yeah, something like that. But I don't know a ton about it.
Now it's at Titan. Interesting. Okay, what do we think in Dark Horse? Anything?
All right, let's dig through there and see if there's anything that we think we need to do. But you were into Olivia Twist. We've got the 4th issue of Olivia Twist there.
Yes. I've only read the first 2. I thought they were good. I haven't read the 3rd one yet. It just came out. So, yeah, good book.
Good. Yep. So we got nothing really from Dark Horse that I think we need to worry about.
Witcher #1 is a.
Witcher is, of course, the comic book Witcher property, which is being turned into a Netflix series, but we're on the 4th or 3rd iteration of Witcher books, so
yeah, we stay away from that.
But anything Geralt, especially if you're interested in Henry Cavill's version coming on Netflix, pick it up and read it.
Nice.
Yeah. Down to DC.
I believe that's a Matina variant for cover B for Batman, and I can't see the picture.
Yep, Francisco Matina, but we do not have the final cover yet. Freedom Fighters #1. Robert Venditti, Eddie Barrows on art with a Ben Oliver cover. Good old Uncle Sam on the variant edition of Freedom Fighters #1. And this is an Elseworld title, I guess, or something, whatever you'd call that. We're on Earth X, where the Nazis won World War II. 20 years after invading and occupying America, Germany wiped out all metahuman resistances, including the original freedom fighters. Fast forward to the present day, and a new team of freedom fighters emerges to challenge the Nazi occupation once again. But if they're to have a chance of victory, they're going to need Uncle Sam, who disappeared after his original team was killed. The 12-part epic Death of a Nation storyline kicks off here.
For those of you who are Crush fans, the daughter of Lobo, on the B cover for Teen Titans 25, there's a really nice Alex Garner Crush cover that is pretty sweet, and I would think would garner some interest.
I see what you did there.
Oh, Garner! Ha ha! I didn't even catch myself. I'm so good at this. I don't even notice when I'm making funnies.
That's funny. And of course, Cho on Harley Quinn cover B. If you like Snowman and you like Harley, there you go. I'm off of DC on to IDW.
Alrighty.
I'm done with IDW. Off to Image.
Yeah, Burnouts I'm enjoying. Like to see what their Hero Initiative cover looks like for Burnouts 4. Nothing special, but it does. It's a charity cover, so if you want to support that, you can. Good way to do that. Gideon Falls is doing the same thing for their charity cover. I guess they have different order codes for the charity covers. Maybe you were able to pre-order those earlier. Is that possible?
Very possible.
But yeah, so the Gideon Falls 9 also has a Hero Initiative variant cover, and Rumble #10 has one as well, and I think that's all the Hero Initiatives that are out this FOC. Yeah. We do have the 6th issue of Die Die Die. I still don't know. Have we seen this in previews yet? The new issue, the advanced issue. I know we've had reorder availability through our order forms, but I don't know if we've had the new ones. Are you aware?
That I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, I've loved every issue of Die, Die, Die. I think it's been great. It's the Robert Kirkman Scott Gimple book. And this is a redacted cover and with very little details in it. The entire solicit says, wow, I can't believe that happens in this issue. Or that, and that. And this ships the day after Christmas. And so your last chance to pre-order yourself a copy is going to be on Monday.
In the order sheet for Cowabunga, I did see you can order Die, Die, Die 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
But I'm not sure about preview pages or anything. I don't remember catching it.
You're still not. Still don't think you're able to order new ones. Still FOC only. How it sells as many as it does, I do not understand. I want to. Yeah, go ahead. No, I was going to do the same thing. Go ahead.
Hardcore number 1. I'm confused as all crap about this. True.
Yeah.
So hardcore number 1, series premiere.
Yes.
And it says from the creative minds of Robert Kirkman and Mark Silvestri.
Yes.
And Hardcore is a Robert Kirkman Top Cow product from 2012.
Yes, there was.
So he just handed it to somebody else.
Yes, there was something that was. It was. I think it was called something like Pilot Season or something, where it was all these properties, all these issues were thrown out there, and like the fans were able to determine which one should be made into an ongoing series or something by popularity or something. I don't have all the details on it, but I remember reading that first Hardcore and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It didn't get picked up as the series, so that property, that concept that debuted way back then, is now being revived by this new team. Maybe under the tutelage of Robert Kirkman, or maybe he's just like Robert Kirkman Presents type of thing, and he's just saying here it is. So, what it does say is you should probably go find that first Hardcore.
They're still cheap. They're going for $4 plus.
Yeah,
shipping.
yeah. Go find some of those. Just see.
Couple have been 15.
Yeah. So if this hits, then
that's 10 copies you can get. Somebody got for $15. So yeah. But I'm assuming you're not getting the first appearance of anybody in this one. But I don't know for sure.
Probably not. It's probably just a rehash of the world and reintroducing you to the character and everything. So. The second issue of Middle West. We were excited about the first issue that debuted last week.
Yeah, and there's a rare version, or like a 1 in 25 version, that just super spiked in the price on that one as well. So I was reading something about that earlier, but I cannot remember what I read.
It's good. It's the details that keeps the listeners coming back.
So if you'll talk and entertain people for the next minute, I'll find out that information again.
I have been reading Man-Eaters. It is definitely in the vein of Bitch Planet. So if you like that, you might like this. If you don't like that, you won't like this. So there you go. There's also a nice Spawn 292, and Spawn's still kind of running that resurgent since they've been doing those Matina and McFarlane variants. I can't get a good image on the Matina McFarlane cover C, but always a good one to check into. And this is the one where Spawn gets a new power set, so we'll see what that is. That might do something. But just the cover A is a Matina, and the cover B is a Matina Virgin variant, which those also can't see them. So I'd like to tell you what it looks like, but I'm sure it's nice.
There you go. Midwest number 1 has a 1 in 20 Scotty Young variant, currently going for about $75 a pop.
Nice. Done with Image if you are?
Mm-hmm. Down to Boom. I forgot to read Firefly, so I have no clue on this one yet.
Yeah. And don't forget your Black Badge FOC variant.
Yeah.
I think this is it says it's a Latham.
FOC Latham.
But when you click it, it says Matt Kent's doing the cover.
Well, I don't want a Matt Kent cover.
That's
not Matt Kent. That's not bad art.
So I think they may have got them confused. Possible. Because it's black and white. The FOC is black and white, which is kind of Latham's signature.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's a Latham incentive cover, and it looks pretty nice, and it's been fun.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
Did you say you didn't get the FOC on Firefly, or you did?
I did. I have not yet read the first Firefly.
Oh.
So, there's a Marguerite Sauvage incentive cover on Firefly 2. Ooh. Which person have they featured on a Firefly? All right, doesn't matter. I'm just looking at stuff.
There's the Claus and the Crying Snowman with Humberto Ramos incentive cover.
Yeah.
And a FOC cover and a Mora incentive. So there's some options for you there.
Very cool. Huh. Very neat. I like those covers.
Yeah, they're nice.
And that'll be a good book because I really enjoy those books.
Yeah, they're good. They usually don't get wrapped up by Christmas, though.
Who wants that?
Kind of run into January and February. Yeah, nothing. I'm not seeing anything.
Not interested in Mars Attacks or anything?
No, I don't think so, no.
Anything in Action Lab?
No. Aftershock, I'm interested in Walk Through Hell, but that's on issue 6 at this point.
Aftershock hasn't had a new property in the last couple previews. I'm wondering. They're doing a good job of putting things out and continuing their series, but I haven't had anything new from Aftershock in a while.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, right? It's usually like floodgates are open.
Yeah, most everybody wants to put out new 11111, and they seem to just be concentrating on rolling down the street.
We've got
Veronica.
Yeah, another try to launch a Betty and Veronica series. This one's Jamie Rotante doing the writing. Sandra Lance and Kelly Fitzpatrick on interior arts. I'm looking at the Francavilla cover, which is nice. But we've had a lot of nice covers and attempts at this. So it just never caught hold. Or they just keep relaunching it.
There you go. Drew, I told you at one point about Life is Strange from Titan Comics. The number one went to a second print there, so that's a good thing there.
A very good sign.
And we have issues number 2, and we're continuing with some of the game art and the T-shirt variants through issue 2. So nice to see Titan putting some new stuff on there.
Mm-hmm. Here's the Livewire. That's the last chance to pick up that Livewire. Of course, Livewire was a Valiant book that was part of one of our bundles in previous months, a couple months ago. So this is the one that also had that glass cover variant. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. I won't be seeing it unless it's a picture because it's a $300 book.
And, of course, they're talking about it as an ongoing series. So, there you go.
And I think that's all I had in FOC.
Yeah, there's Beast Hunter X from American Mythology, but it's a $10 book.
Yeah.
And that's looks like a property that's already come out once. So, not a whole lot for me on the FOC here. If you missed one of these number ones, of course, I'm into the Black Badge FOC version, so that's good for me to catch there. But other than that, I didn't see a ton on there. And of course, Drew's always catching his dies on these.
Yes.
Drew, without any further ado, let's head on over to previewsworld.com. Find the last week in November 28th, 2018. And Drew, let's start where we love to start, in a small image.
And speaking of die, there's issue 5 of Die coming out, where an elite strike team goes into the woods, only one walks out. What the expletive happened? Looks pretty good.
Yeah. A warning, number 1 from Edward LaRoche on both writing and art. An enormous machine slowly materializes in a major West Coast city. Who sent it and why is it why is a mystery understood only by the malevolent beings gliding silently towards Earth through the inky vastness of space. Why do you need $300 words in a thing? In response, a multinational combat brigade called Gladiator 26 is deployed, outfitted with next-generation military sciences and weapons. They're tasked with stopping any extraterrestrial threat that emerges. Do you think it's the same person that writes the solicit? Or should not be blaming the creators for bad solicits?
I think it varies. Sometimes it's just like an editor or something that's in charge of that, or marketing person. Sometimes, if I was a creator, I would write my own.
Uh-huh.
I would make sure I had final cut on that, but I don't know if that's always the case.
Gotcha. Because I just think, man, if somebody's using these obnoxious large words for a solicit, just trying too hard to sell something, I wonder if they're doing the same thing within the book.
Yeah, and it's a turnoff, definitely. I think Kirkman takes an interest in his because they all seem to be pretty strong, very very sparsely worded, and just enough to pique your interest.
Uh-huh.
I think that's probably the way to go if you have an established property, I guess. If you're trying to get people to glom on, you've got to do something. I'm a big fan of the it's like established property you understand beats another established property you understand.
It's like Blues Brothers 2000 meets Night at Bernie's or whatever, or Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, it's like that. And then they do a little bit after that, but I like those. Some people hate those. They think those are awful crutches. I tend to like them. It helps me picture what I'm going to be reading.
It got you with Saga when it said Star Wars meets Game of Thrones.
Yeah, if that's what it did.
I've heard that many times. I'm not sure if that was a solicit thing.
I don't think BKV does those sort of things, but maybe he does.
Let's check out what Dark Horse has for us.
I did read the first couple issues of Stranger Things.
You think Mike's going to get out of the Upside Down?
I think he is, and there's part of me that's like, this would have been really cool right after season 1.
Yeah,
because when you before season 2, and you were still, it was really shiny and new.
Yeah,
and I would have loved to known how he started to communicate with his mom and stuff like that, and what was happening to him. But there's so much time that's passed now. It feels like there's so much distance. This really feels just like a really old story that's time has passed. So
okay. Do we want to read Barb in the Upside Down?
I don't think anymore. No, I think if the timing of this would have been perfect after the first season, but having another season between these that's already progressed way past where we're at, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
There you go. IDW.
There's a highest house trade, which means I'm an issue behind because I don't think I've read the latest to find that.
We have a Spider-Man book in IDW here. Marvel Action Spider-Man. I guess they're just doing kind of an all-agey one through IDW. Yeah.
It's weird, right? Why wouldn't they just put this out themselves? They don't want to flood the market.
Yeah, 96 books would have been too much per month.
It's crazy. We can't do that many. Let's give that to somebody else.
All right, send them down to DC.
Like that Francis Manipul cover B of Action. That's very nice. I love the Josh Middleton Batgirl 29 cover B. That's really, really nice.
Been hearing good things about this Batman Beyond run with the original Joker in it. A lot of people jumping on it for this run. Dan Jurgens running.
Oh. Nice. I haven't been reading this detective run with James Robinson, but the cover B, I am a sucker for a schematic or a map, and having a schematic of the bat cycles.
The engineer sweet. In you really likes that.
I do.
DC Nuclear Winter number 1. This is their $10 winter special. Paul Dini, Steve Orlando, Philip Hester, Mark Russell, Meagard Scott. With a bunch of people on art as well.
Is this going to strike the magic of some of the previous
think
specials?
So. But you never know. If you like these kind of short little interstitial stories around the Christmas time and winter, give it a shot.
A lot of names there. Maybe one of them's good.
There's usually a couple really good ones in there.
Yeah. Heroes in Crisis. I know you're not caught up, so you haven't been reading this. I don't know. Don't know what to say. It's different. I've read 2 issues, and I don't feel like I've got a real grasp of where we're going. But
Batman is diagnosed with PTSD.
It's adventurous. It's interesting, I think.
Oh my, it really does have you.
It has me a little baffled, yeah. I mean, like with Mr. Miracle, I knew he was doing some personal stuff, right? He's definitely exploring, fatherhood and marriage and stuff within the realm of the story. And I was cool with it. I was cool with the way it went. I really liked the way it ended and thought it was clever and not quite as the level of Vision, but I thought it was a really strong story. And this is starting a little slower for me. It's just not grabbing me like the previous 2 maxi series have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Scarlet 405. I can't remember if you said something about that or not.
No, I did not.
And of course, Jenny Frison on Wonder Woman, cover B. All right, I'm heading down to Marvel, who has a regular release.
Yes, they have put out. They're going to put out some books for sure. Looking at those amazing covers. That J. Scott Campbell's nice. You're right. Just buy those sight unseen.
Just get them. You won't be that sorry. Dead Man Logan #1, continuing Ed Brisson continuing to write. So you enjoyed your Old Man Logan, so you're gonna just jump right into this.
Yeah. Yep. I really liked Old Man Logan, so definitely am. Still got a few more Charles Soule Daredevils. I don't know how much longer he's going. There's J. Scott Campbell Daredevil. I didn't catch in previous. Did I? Did you mention that?
I did not.
That there's a J. Scott Campbell Daredevil 612. I know I saw the Sienkiewicz Virgin variant of 612. But yeah, we got Zdarsky coming onto this soon, so that'll be fun. Any interest in Ironheart?
Riri Williams. Not really.
We kind of, yeah. She's done. We saw her in Invincible, right? Was it Invincible?
Yeah, and yep, exactly.
She was
That's
in.
Exactly right. Yep.
And she's in Champions. So I don't know that she can carry her own book. She needs to carry her own book, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
Old Man Hawkeye, the penultimate issue of Old Man Hawkeye. More stuff in Spider-Geddon 2. Oh, no, it's the second printing, so you already did your Spider-Geddon 2.
Yeah, I've been enjoying this whole Spider-Geddon stuff. Some of these, though, like Vault of Spiders, just filler. Not even like a tacit attempt at trying to tie it into like the ongoing story. It's just basically just, hey, here's a character that you saw for a panel. Let's talk about him for a while.
Guess what he do?
Which, I was down with the first Spider-Geddon, but I'm a little less patient. with this time around. Have you heard anything, any feedback on any X-Men or X-Men fans
I haven't heard
liking
a darn
it?
thing about it, which is not usually a good sign.
Yeah, I haven't heard much either. I read a few pages, and I was like, I think I got to be in the right mood for this. Keep putting it down.
And your action figure variant is Legion.
Ah, cool.
All right, you want to head down to Boom? Fence
Yeah, let's
number
do that.
12. Drew is 12 issues into his fencing series.
Yes, and there was a real act of sacrifice to get our main guy a spot on the team last issue. Maybe we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to pump it up as much as I can, but that's pretty much all that happens. It's like 20 issues of not a lot of movement, and the art style is super wonky and changes throughout the book. But I'm fascinated by it, so I
and 12
to read.
issues. I read 11. All right, let's head on over to some of our back half publishers.
I read the second issue of Archie 1941 and decided I am done.
Can't do it no more.
Nope, I'm out.
Fourth issue of Come Into Me. Part 4 of 4, so the last issue from Black Mask.
Yeah, and I've been struggling with this one too, but now that I know it's only got one issue left, I'll finish it up. Challenge. Nice to see Devil Within to go to a second printing.
Monarchs number 1 from Scout Comics by AC Medina, with art by Fernando Pinto. Welcome to the planet Vita, a euphoric haven of resources. The sentient race inhabits Vita depend on the strict leadership of their rulers for guidance. 4 young geniuses are tasked with discovering and instituting an ideal method of leadership to make this utopian society that the inhabitants wish that they can create. A simple experiment becomes an epic story of war, discovery, good old-fashioned bragging rights, and the answer to the question of what makes a leader. Looks a little law-agey, but might be something there.
Yeah. How there's another Monstrous from Source Point Press, and there's no copyright infringement or lawsuit here.
Not a dead rabbit, we're good.
I don't get this at all. It's really just spell Monstrous different. Can I just spell Walking Dead a little different and put out a Walking Dead comic?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Weird. Quinn Credible, we highlighted out a few FOCs ago, I think. It's about Quentin, a high school sophomore, who is moonlighting as a superhero. His power is invulnerability, but that's the only power he has.
Yeah.
Still take it. I'll take that power.
Oh man, that's it. I don't got a lot this week.
Yeah, Stars End from Antarctic Press. I point that out because Antarctic Press has been pretty darn good to Speckers the last couple. Just a dude on the cover in a space helmet. So, your mileage may vary. No scantily clad lady on the cover. But it's going to be a low print run. This publisher is hot. There's definitely an opportunity here for it to do okay and to ride that wave.
Anything else true? All right, this is one podcast where I say, what do we jump back through? What do we dig out? What are we the first at our LCSs to make sure we get? Because we have to have a copy of what book, Drew?
I'll probably have to go with Star's End. Just because I think it's the only one that has the the home run potential in this lot.
And I'm going to go ahead and say, might as well pick up the DC's Nuclear Winter Special. You never know with those kind of things. And last year, you were able to make a little bit of money off of them. So hopefully that trend will continue this year. Yeah, but 4 weeks out, or 4 weeks in this month, but this felt like a fifth week on a couple things.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah, but that was all for me. Yeah, wasn't that high on the image book warning number 1, but you can never go wrong with getting an image number 1 and trying it out. Might be really, really good.
Yes.
So Drew and myself want to thank you for tagging along with Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for digging along with us through this last week in November, the 28th of November to be more specific. Of course, if you liked what you heard, head on over to iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, say something nice about us, get yourself entered into that drawing for, some free comics.
Come on. You're in the home stretch.
Sorry,
you can make it.
Choking on phlegm. My apologies. Yes, we thank you for that. If you disagreed, and if there's a few books in this upcoming week that you think we missed, drop us a line on Facebooks, on Twitters, all the stuff that can be found at Comics Fun Profit at our Gmails and everything. Drop us a line and tell us what we missed on this. Or if you disagree with me and DC's Nuclear Winter, or Drew and, what was it, Starlight? Stars number 1. If you don't think those are good options, let us know why. Be part of the program, and we appreciate it. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.